What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Oh my goodness. It's been a crazy week. But we're still here and we're still going and we're still having fun. Oh, I thought I would be able to clear the corner of the screen with the base for the iPad. I guess not. I guess that'll just be down there. Anyways, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys had a good week. I had an excellent, after everything kind of calmed down a little bit, I had an excellent Thursday and an excellent Friday. I've had an excellent day today. My son's soccer team had a perfect season. My wife and I were coaches. They finished their last game today. They won every single game and tied the last game against the hardest team that we had played. So it was just an excellent day. But I've been feeling very good, very positive, very fortunate in the last few days. Thank you so much to everybody who has shown me support in all the different ways that you can. I've just never seen so much. I mean, you guys already interact with my channel in such a positive way, but the last few days have just been absolutely excellent. So thank you. It just made me feel really great. Got some fun stuff laid out, some stuff that, you guys have seen, a lot of stuff that, like the AD 20.5s are out here. We're definitely going to talk about those. You guys have had a lot of questions. We've got some new stuff out here that I'm going to talk about a little bit. Oh, what's up? Robbie Timms, Knife Eclectic, Travis Luce, Matt Hubert. What's going on? Yeah, so to address the Knights of the Round thing, so that program's not there. It'll come back if everything goes back to normal and your ranks and all the colored badges, it will reset and go. You won't start out at the original. It should keep your original badge color if that comes back. We're still waiting on details, so don't worry about that. You can still just use pickle emojis or sword emoji. There's still like a generic sword emoji, so you're welcome to do that. And I don't believe I have access to Super Chat anymore. That wouldn't make any sense, so you can't donate in the live stream. But I do have Patreon, and as you can see there with that card, which is going to sit there all night, if you do want to support the channel, you're obviously not obligated to, just like you're not obligated to donate during the live stream. But if you do want to show your support, we now have a ridiculously healthy community over there on my Patreon. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many people we're so supportive. So if you want to show your support tonight, you do have the option to click on the very first link in the description and check out my Patreon. There are many different tiers, and I am extremely active on Patreon. Anyways, let's see here. What is that, a broccoli emoji? What's Philbilly posting in there? Are they pickles? Oh, they are. Are they? They're showing up as something different on my iPad. It looks like broccoli on the iPad, but on the computer, it looks like pickles. All right, well, whatever. Let's see. Hey, we can all be positive. I promise. We can all just have a fun, laid back knife chat live. Well, I mean, I'm gonna do what I usually do on my live stream, right? But yeah, I want to talk about, positive knife stuff for sure. Yeah, a lot of Demcos out here. A lot of Demcos. Every time I lay those out, I'm like, man, that really feels like flexing. But I know you guys want to talk about them, right? And I want to talk about them, so that's why I lay them out here. When are the AD 20.5s being released? I think I've had that question asked to me literally 100 times. And the reason, and so I responded for a while to every single one. But the reason I haven't responded to every single one here, lately is because I really don't know. I heard that it was going to be soon, and then I heard they were going to wait and talk about it at a Blade show, and it was going to be after that, and then I heard like midsummer, which is around the same. I don't really know. If you guys are on Instagram, follow Demco Knives and John Demco on Instagram, and I don't know if they'll answer you exactly, but you certainly can ask them. Those are the best people to ask for sure. And yeah, the want for the 20.5 is, I mean, for those of you, when they finally do become available, those of you who do get your hands on them, you're really going to like them. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, chat moving quick. Hey, there's 128 people in here within the first 5 minutes. Thanks, guys. Let's see here. And shortly after Blade Show, they will be available to dealers. That's the quote? Mark Mole says that's the quote. So there you go. Available to dealers. Remember, guys, obviously the idea here is to be able to produce these in much larger numbers. I mean, I don't know that factually. That's just what I'm guessing, right? Less expensive, right? Different materials, made in Taiwan. They're obviously trying to get as many of these into people's hands as they can. So when they dump the first batch, it wouldn't surprise me if they sell out, but obviously they're trying to make a ton of them. So I feel like everybody who wants one will eventually be able to get their hands on them, and they are super cool. I know, also, now that we have a larger population in here, let's address this. I know a lot of you guys are wondering, wasn't this supposed to be part 2 of your giveaway? It was. And truthfully, I was going to give away one of these tonight, but guys, I still don't know exactly what it is I am or am not allowed to do, right? I do want to keep my channel. So that all the stuff, the extra stuff that Kyle sent to me, and the stuff that I was going to give away, it's all of this is just being postponed until I have clarification on this stuff. So it's not like I'm canceling the giveaway and just keeping all the stuff I said I was going to give away. No. If it ends up being that I cannot do that stuff anymore, then it'll all go back to the person who donated it, and I don't know. Yeah, just hang tight for details on part 2 of the giveaway, and don't leave just because you thought, oh, I came in here because I thought he was going to give stuff away. No, because we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight for sure. But yeah, I was going to. But anyways, talking about the 20.5s, yeah, they're definitely going to be worth it. And listen, I love this. It's like I said, the drop point or the clip point is what I have the American boys in, and it's awesome. I love it. But man, this shark's foot. Now I want a full size 80/20 in the shark's foot. Like now I just want that. This has not left my pocket. This guy right here has not left my pocket since I got it. And obviously I have a choice of some amazing stuff to carry, including the real US made Demcos. This is excellent. It's just like I said in the review. It's too good. It's just stupid. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Strawberry Rock Fuel, Metal Complex. Did you ever work up to feeling comfortable carrying / using bigger knives in public, or has it never bothered you trying to get out of the 3-inch blades? So the largest knife that I will carry here recently, the biggest knives that make it in my pocket, are the full-size G10 80/20 and the Microtech Stitch. About 8.5 inches total, and about 6.5 ounces is about as big as I can go. Like the XM24s, I love them. I have EDC'd an XM24, my older one from a long time ago. I EDC'd that thing for like 3 months, and eventually I was just like, it's too much. There was a time where I used to EDC a what was it? The Medford Marauder, the full-size Marauder, that gigantic brick of titanium, 9 1/4 inches or however long it was. And I was like, this is too big. I'm going to go to an XM24. And then the XM24 was too big. And so I was like, let's go to the 18. So, dang, we're almost 200 strong in here tonight at 8 minutes. The love. I am absolutely feeling the love for this channel. Thank you guys so much. And holy crap. I mean, how epic was that? If you guys are wondering, where did your 50,000 subscriber giveaway go? It's gone. I can't find it. I'm partially under the impression that it had something to do with that live stream. So if they wanted me to get rid of stuff, maybe that was it. So unfortunately, I had to delete that. So it's just going to be one of those things we're all just going to have to remember. That was a crazy time. We had 1,500 people in there for that. That was epic. If you were there for that, right? That was a lot of fun. I won't forget it. It's okay that the video's gone. I have a good memory of it, right? It's just a happy, positive memory now. So let's see here. Hey, Scott, what's up, man? Scott sent me, oh my gosh, you guys are going to get the most ridiculous unboxing. You guys have seen me freak out about some stuff, right? like multiple times on the channel. And I'm usually pretty, Jimmy Fallon about a lot of the stuff that I unbox. But I'm telling you, what Scott sent me is unrivaled. It is unrivaled on this channel. We have a new, craziest, most ridiculous unboxing ever coming to the channel. So be watching for a ridiculously clickbaity thumbnail sometime the next week or so. It's beyond epic. Let's see here. Yeah, we only had to boot one person. I can't believe it. That you guys made the jobs. You made it easy on the mods that night. That was cool. They messaged me and they were like, "We got lucky. You definitely need more mods next time." That cracks me up. Tristan was like, "Oh my god, that was crazy." That was fun. Christopher Harris says, "Hey, MC, how's it going?" Hey, Christopher Harris, what's up? Let's see here. Hey, MC, have you looked at any of the knives on sale at Blade HQ for their anniversary? No. Well, I saw that they had, by the way, MC. Blade HQ is having an anniversary sale. So if you want to check that out, there is a link for that. There is a link for Blade HQ right down in the description that you can use right now. But yeah, I need to look through that. I think I'm still recovering from the Quantum purchase, guys. That was a freaking huge purchase. And buying this took the entire fund, like the fund that I was building for months. It took all of it. So I'm still trying to recover. And given the current circumstances, I need to kind of take a step. I got the titanium XM24. I got the Quantum. I got the Stitch and some other stuff. So I take a little bit of a break. There's still going to be some crazy unboxings and stuff, though, for sure. Let's see here. I'm looking for. I had a friend who told me he was going to pop in tonight. I keep looking for him, but I think maybe if he's in here, maybe I've missed him. Uriah, if you're in here, you speak up so I can say hi. Let's see here. You can still give the well, but I mean, I want to, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. That's the thing. I want to give stuff away, but imagine my position, right? There's still mystery surrounding this whole thing. So I gotta wait. Just gonna be patient. After about a month, we'll have more definitive answers. So it's gonna take a little bit. So the show horse. I had some awesome suggestions for the new nickname. The show pony, show horse, right? Somebody suggested the pale horse, and I was like, ooh, that's cool, right? Like the pale horse, like what Death rides, right? And I was like, dang, that's that's cool. We would have the workhorse, the dark horse, and the pale horse, right? There's some great ones. I don't know. It's hard to with dark horse and workhorse, those hit me immediately, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna call them, right? Let's see. Oh, he is. Uriah's here. Where? Hang on. Let me find him. Hang on. There he is. What's up, man? So it's funny. So he did. Uriah used to be my boss. He says he's come so far. He messaged me today and was like, "You have a YouTube channel?" He was like, "I've been watching Birdshot and Nick Shabazz like forever, and then I see your face on an Instagram post, and I was like, what?" I had never talked to them about it, and so I'm just Uriah. I was imagining. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I never actually talked to them about that. So I was imagining the bewilderment of the whole situation. But Uriah and I, we used to work together at a call center. He was my boss at a call center, and I actually still fondly remember those days because of Uriah. We also used to play, well, we didn't used to play World of Warcraft together. We played on different servers, but that's kind of when I got into it. And then moving on beyond that, we worked out together for a long time. I think it was years we worked out together. And then, just as time, went on, we still kept in touch, but it was just cool to chat with him a little bit and be like, oh yeah, I do YouTube now. So, let's see here. And you're right. I thought it was so cool that you're into knives. He was like, my wife got me a Spyderco smock, and I was like, oh, good, you're a real knife person. That's great. Now I can bother the crap out of him on Facebook about every single cool knife, like I do everybody else. And D&D. Oh, I forgot about that. We did play D&D together. Training partners for a couple of years. Oh yeah, and that's right. I sold your sister her vehicle when I worked at the dealership. That's awesome. That's cool. Fond memories. Uriah will always be a great friend for sure. The XM24 should be called the Big Chungus. Just skip the horse pun and just call it Big Chungus. Yeah, all right. Excuse me. The traditional Gatorade break here at 9:15. I put the platinum helmet or the prismatic helmet in the thumbnail, so because I was teasing that as the 2-year helmet, and I was like, and nobody, if this never comes back, nobody will ever be able to obtain it. So I do have kind of a ranking system like that on Patreon, different colored night helmets, stuff like that. You'll find out if you go over there. But I'm thinking about overhauling the entire system on Patreon to include some new stuff like the prismatic helmet and the titanium helmet and stuff like that. So if you guys were really into Knights of the Round and you're worried that it's never coming back, I'm looking into creating a sort of night rank system or overhauling the night rank system on Patreon as well. I just spent 30 minutes watching someone build the Death Star with Legos. That sounds like something I would be interested in watching too. What's my favorite Gatorade? The amber kind, the kind that's carbonated and has other ingredients besides electrolytes in it. I mean, actual Gatorade, probably just blue. I know they have like 3 different shades of blue, but probably just blue. MC, give us your thoughts on TRM. So I got to be honest with you. So Three Rivers Manufacturing makes an excellent knife. And I really liked the, whichever one the larger one is it the atom? What's larger, a neutron or an atom? A neutron, right? Which one's the larger one? I'm dumb. I liked them. I was just kind of like, it's neat. It's just, it was kind of boring. I mean, like it was way more interesting than Spidey Chef. Like you guys know how I feel about the Spidey Chef. Spidey Chef, great build, great quality, great materials, super boring. It was kind of the same thing, but still much more interesting than the Spidey Chef. So I think TRM as a company, they seem to be doing excellent work. I'm super interested in the new thing that Nick Shabazz keeps showing off. That looks really cool. And the Shadow was amazing. Yeah, I don't think you guys have seen the review on the Shadow. I love the Shadow. The Atom. But yeah, I love the TRM Atom. Oh, I had another knife I wanted to lay out here tonight that I didn't. Where is it? Hang on. Is it down here? Yeah, I bet it is. You guys want to know what's freaking super underrated? And I'm never as big of a hinder in that as I am? Dude, the Viper Storm is awesome. This is so cool. For those of you who are like, I want to scratch the hinder itch, and I already own the 0562, right? And there's no hinders out there to buy. Give the Viper Storm a try. This is really cool. I really like this. This is M390, nice thick titanium liners. It's honestly like a larger half track. It's exactly what I was asking for. This is an Italian-made hinderer. It's a collaboration between Rick Hinder and Viper Knives. You know, it's kind of aggressive with the name Viper Storm. You know, it's kind of like, wow, okay. It's almost like it's screaming at you, you know. And like there should be other nouns in there. Viper Storm, helicopter! You know, like that's what it makes me think of. Hang on, somebody's running water. But like, this is really good, guys. And it's really smooth and it has that hinderer. They captured the hinderer feel with this. And it's like a 3/4 track. This is great. And they're like $200 and you can get them on Blade HQ. I like this a lot. You guys haven't seen the review. This was donated by Colorful Filth. That's his personal knife. And I love it. I love that knife. It's really cool. So there you go. If you want to scratch the hinder itch, it's not very expensive. And spoiler alert, I'm going to recommend it on the review. Okay, let's see here. tell Mrs. MC to knock it off. Viper Stormer 0562. It depends on if you look at the XM18 and the half track, right? Let's say you're looking at those two knives. Don't think about the size. Think about how they look, right? Which one speaks to you? If the XM18 3.5 inch speaks to you more, go with the 0562. If the half track speaks to you more, go with the Viper Storm. One's made, the 0562 is US made, the Viper Storm is Italian made, but they're both excellent. Anybody in here who has the Viper Storm will probably tell you the same thing as me. It's really cool. I thought Viper Storm was your WWE name. That's Will. If I ever decide to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing WWE, I will go by Viper Storm. MC, did you ever look up the SRPC91? I think you'll like it. No, I forgot to do that. Would you, if you don't have Instagram, would you just email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with a picture of it so I don't forget? That'd be cool. No love for the 0393. I like the 0393, but you guys have heard my opinions on that. The one that they initially released was so weird. Black and satin two-tone, and then they did blue ano with those hourglass overlays. I like the knife. It's based on the Eclipse. I love the Eclipse, right? It's cool, but the one with the glowy carbon fiber looks way better when it's not glowing. The best version of it, like, honestly, the best versions of it are the ones that people bought and then just bought the aftermarket overlays for. They look way better, you know? That's my opinion, honestly. Let's see here. I want to know 392. Yeah, I know I keep flexing this one. I have no reason to keep showing this, right? But this is the ultimate ZT hinder. I mean, it's essentially, if you own this, you basically own an Eclipse. I mean, like, it is so close to the real thing. It's just ridiculous. Like, God, I really wish they just didn't stop making that. That's such a good knife. And it would sell like crazy right now. But it would be expensive. Honestly, if ZT brought that back and they were like, you know what? $350. I'd be like, I'm gonna buy another. You know? When they originally sold, they were $390. So I don't know. If the Sleesh Bowies taught us anything, we can't expect that. You know? What's the brown one at the bottom? This? Well, this is actually red. It's just my camera. This is the new Civivi button lock Elementum. It's cool. It's weird. It's exactly what you'd expect. There's no other means of deployment. You have to use the wrist or you have to use gravity, right? But it works. It's cool. I like it. You know, it's just like, why didn't they put a thumb stud on it or something? Let's see here. My uncle had an 0392, but we ran over it with a forklift in our warehouse and absolutely demolished it. Oh my God. Was it on purpose? Yeah, the 0392s are more expensive than the Eclipse, but it's only due to demand. I mean, if you're like, we're talking about base price, 390 versus 425. The Eclipse, and back then it was like, that's why this is such a good deal, because it's full tie, right? Oh, you know, versus G10 and tie. Is that what would be great in a red? Yeah. Makes me happy to see the ZT0392 get so much love. Yeah, that's the gentleman who sold it to me right there, Bryce Parker. Nice population tonight, guys. For for just kickback, knives, and nonsense, thank you very much. 240 people in here. I really appreciate that, guys. That's just fantastic. Thank you. One sec. The distinct sound of Gatorade. Yes. Yeah, I am Trail Spartan, but I'm just. You guys are going to hear my full thoughts on tomorrow's knife guy. I'm just at the point where I'm like, I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm good. You know, like, I mean, it was the motive. I'll admit that, the fires of motivation were kept burning by all the support, and it wasn't, I appreciate the other channels who spoke out on it, but truthfully, it was just the people in the community who were like, you guys were like, hey, it sucks, but we support you and we're going to be here and we're going to keep watching your content. And I was like, well, I'm going to keep making content because that's what I want to do, So, and I'm pretty sure it'll get worked out, guys. I'm pretty confident it will. And if it doesn't, okay. It's fine. I'm good. Let's see. It's an unmistakable noise, the sipping of Gatorade. Oh man, Knife Guy is what got it hard into you. Let's see here. Hey MC, I know you've been dipping your toes in a fixed blade of waters. Do you have any new acquisitions on your watch list? I'll tell you what I'm really impressed with. I'm going to show it tonight because I think Civivi showed it on their page. The Civivi Element, the Fixed Elementum has two variants, and I'll show you guys real quick here. This is the standard variant, which is, where does it say? I'm pretty sure this is D2. Yeah, the D2 Fixed Elementum. This is a really nice, straightforward fixed blade, right? Just G10 and D2. It's just, this is a beater, right? And then they make a freaking really nice version of it. I was really impressed with this. I got to be honest. I don't know what the steel is on this guy. It could also be D2, but the whole thing is just really beautiful, right? It's not made in the USA, so think about that what you will. But, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I was really impressed with this, and it came with a nice sheath as well. They sent this to me. I'm still looking over this, but this is a nice size of fixed blade. It's a good generic outdoor work knife, and the quality here is just ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. This guy's great too. This is a guy I would just hammer on, but that other one I might be a little more reserved with. I like the sheath on this one too. It's nice and solid and has the rotating clip, whatever you call that thing. I like it a lot. Really nice. Bradford Guardian. I'm still thinking about Bradford Guardian for sure, for fixed blades. Oh, hey, I didn't know I wanted to do fixed blade. Welcome to my channel, the channel that makes everybody want to buy new things all the time. Oh man, sorry. That's what I do. Like that's what I was doing before I started the channel, was watching and then being like, this is the next thing I want. Internally, I want a new thing. I just don't know what it is yet. So I'm going to look around until I find what that new thing is. And then I thought I could just make a channel about what I do so that it makes it easier for people who are trying to do the exact same thing as me to just do that. So yeah, there you go. Like the Ferrum Forge Lackey for fixed blade. I'll have to check that out. Hey, there's Stasa23. What's up, man? Subscribe to Stasa. You can't donate right now, Stasa, so I'll just shout your channel out anyway. Un memento. That's the only reason I don't like it. People tell me all the time, they're like, I bought this and it's your fault. The Wii Malice is my favorite folder. Have you handled one? Yes, I have. I have a review on it. It's like a big titanium frame lock flipper version of the Spyderco Shaman. And I love it for that. It's a tank. I seriously, if that knife is still available, talk about an underrated knife. If you can go to Blade HQ and buy that right now, if you like the Shaman, you'll like that one. If you like the Shaman and you like titanium frame locks, the Wii Malice is awesome. That's Ferrum Forge and Wii, right? Has to be. How am I liking the Biblio? I love it. I love it. Right here, this guy. Just a great size. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, I've been using it a bunch down here. But I just love this thing. Nice titanium and the fully flat ground blade, and it kind of gives me Spyderco vibes, It's just fantastic. I really like this. I'll probably do a video on that one since I've done the Biblio, but just not the titanium one. I'll probably just still do a video on it. I'm glad that people seem to, that's the problem with constantly recommending stuff, is because I do have to divide. If you go to my playlist, I'm definitely dividing up my content into what is recommendable, what is not. right? What's like really cool but unavailable, so I can't recommend it, right? That's the problem with having so many knives that I like and recommend. It's like if I'm wrong or if a ton of people disagree with me, you're gonna tell me. You're gonna be like, you recommended this and it sucks. And that just hasn't happened. So I'm really glad that you guys definitely think like me. Because I just tell you guys what I think. Like I handle stuff and I'm like, I like this, and that's what it's gonna be. The Biblio is sorry, I said frame lock. It's a liner lock, sorry. That movement, when you're talking and you're manipulating it with your hands, right? My brain went to frame lock there, but it's a liner lock. It's your fault I got the Umnumzon and now I'm obsessed. I told you that Umnumzon is the best Chris Reeve knife. I just realized my entire layout is cockeyed. I tried to have it straight. It's cockeyed. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, the Umnumzon is definitely the best Chris Reeve knife that they've ever done, in my opinion. Umnumzon! Umnumzon! Don't talk crap about the Umnumzon. Is that what I said in that video? It took a long time to edit those words up there rhythmically. I spent 25 minutes lining up those words rhythmically with the joke that I was making. So I hope you guys appreciate that. Hey, Women Carry Knives, what's up? Welcome. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Women Carry Knives because she's awesome. Let's see here. The Giant Mouse Ace Riv is a frame lock, and it's only marginally smaller than the Biblio. Interesting. Okay. So dedicated. Is that a Purvis Xerx? Yes, it is. It's the integral or integral, however you like to pronounce that, Xerx. And it's very cool. I really wish the blade was tumbled. Other than that, though, I think it's awesome. I'm just, have you guys heard? I'm kind of over satin finishes. But this is, it's sick. I also don't know if I'm big on the holes up here, but they're not hurting anything. I like how it looks, back here. If you don't know, integral, all one piece titanium. It's not sandwich construction or pillar construction. It's all one piece of titanium, which is awesome. And I still hope, I want integral knives to be like way more prominent. Like pretty much everything out here. If Hinderer ever did an integral XM18, I would crap my pants. I would crap my pants for that, right? Or if they ever did, if like Riot and Chavez did an integral 229, oh my gosh, cool. What benefit, right? Ease of disassembly. You could make an argument for durability, but let's be real here. It's just cool factor that we would be inevitably paying at least $150 more for. So would I buy it? Yeah, I would. I like it. It's cool. Definitely. Hey, we'll see you, Bryce Parker. Hey, there's a Therapeutic Edge. Make sure you subscribe to a Therapeutic Edge as well. Absolutely. Wonderful person. My Line Steel TM1 was amazing. I haven't handled that. Let's see here. Yeah, $650 integral James Brand. And I have one on the way. Not because I bought it, but because someone is about to send it to me. Speaking of things that are coming in, I'm sure you guys are like, dude, the last 3 or 4 live streams, you keep showing the same knives. I've been finishing up reviewing a bunch of stuff, and next week you are definitely getting a new list of knives that I'm looking for review. So if you have something that you're interested in having me check out, no, you don't have to donate it to the channel. Just send it to me. I pay for return shipping and all that. But I'll have a new list. I will put that list in the community tab and on Instagram. If that knife is on the list, I'll make sure that you have a way to contact me, and we'll get some new stuff coming into the channel. I only have a week's worth of unboxings pre-recorded, so I got to get some new stuff up. Yeah, an XM Integral would be just stupid town population me going nuts. Digging a hole and then just rolling around in that hole being excited. I would be so happy. But that's some pretty, that's risky machine work. Because if you don't get that right, you just scrapped a block of titanium, and that's not inexpensive, right? You have to do it. That Riot is capable of doing that really well. We dabbles in it, right? But we don't see a lot of American integrals because it has to be, it's so expensive to do that. you can't mess up. I mean, if you mess up over here, it's a way bigger screw up than it would be, from a Chinese OEM. Ranch with pizza, ranch with French fries. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I agree. I mean, obviously you're talking about food that tastes good with ranch. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I was playing so I don't get to play video games very much, but I finally finished all of the Borderlands 3 expansions, and I'm in that part of the game where I'm in the end game and I'm like getting my character geared up, and it's so fun because I haven't been in the end game of a game for so long because I don't have time to play. So if you guys play Borderlands 3, well, I'm farming the light show because I've heard like from everywhere that it's a really, really awesome. I mean, it's like one of the best items in the game. So I've been farming it, and I forgot how much I love to just sit and farm for something. So for the 7 people in here maybe that are interested in Borderlands 3, that's what I've been doing. I have a Mayhem 7 version of it. I'm not Ultra Elite Mayhem 10 yet, but I am super pumped about doing that and just like a couple hours a week. Let's see here. Slicey put me on probation for ranch and pizza. What? He doesn't like ranch and pizza? What does he like? What kind of pizza does he like? Weirdo. I'm just kidding. I love Slicey. But seriously, you don't like ranch and pizza? Come on. At Metal Complex, I have some new knives on the way because of the Blade HQ sale. Once they get here, I'll email you and see if there's anything that interests you. Plus some others I already have. All right, well, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Farmer Metallic Complex. I just like farming. I like grinding. I mean, Uriah got me into World of Warcraft, and I just loved the early days of that game because it was pretty slow, right? I got in pre-Ice Crown Citadel, and it was a slow game, and I was like, I'm into this. It's like, I really feel like I put the work in, The games like that make you feel like you put the work in. And Borderlands holds your hand a lot better. It's a lot easier to progress. But I do like farming for something, right? It's just fun. Mac and cheese pizza. I've never had mac and cheese pizza. It sounds awesome, though. They don't have ranch in the UK? Oh, my gosh. No, they don't? That's a bummer. Hey, there's Zell. What's up, man? I made a homemade barbecue bacon and chicken pizza tonight. It's awesome, and I want everyone to know. Well, there you go. Everyone give Zell a round of applause. He did something amazing, and now I would guess at least half the people in here probably want that. So thank you. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who could hook me up on Borderlands 3. I really appreciate that. But again, I want to feel like I earned it, I want to go through and have to sift through the mounds of garbage before I get this is finally an upgrade, right? Like that feels good. I love doing that. Standing ovation. It's horrible not to have rant. 12 years of farming in EverQuest. Oh my gosh. I remember EverQuest. I felt so bad one Christmas. My mom, it was back when I was in high school. My mom got me an EverQuest. She bought an expansion, not knowing. She was like, I thought you'd really like this because I heard you talk about EverQuest and wanting to play it. And she bought the expansion disc. And I was like, I can't play it because it's an expansion. And she was like, what? And I was like, I appreciate the gift. It was really nice. I just can't. This won't work if I put it in the computer. I think still to this day, she doesn't understand why that didn't work. But, I mean, it was a really nice. She was thinking of me. I appreciate that. Asheron's Call for what? Is that one of the items in Borderlands? Destiny 1. Oh, yeah. I played the crap out of Destiny 1. I was absolute peak maxed out in Destiny 1. I mean, as far as you could be. And I loved it. When are they releasing the new 8020? Taiwan is going to get... Yeah. I think somebody in here earlier mentioned tonight that Demco... I don't know if this was an actual quote, but apparently he said Blade Show first, and then dealers are going to be getting them. So I think, but again, don't be like Metal Complex said. You should ask them directly on Instagram. But that's what somebody was saying in here earlier tonight. Sorry about that. We get hit by a rogue hailstorm tonight. How was that? Those of you in here who are watching from the town, right, from Hayes tonight, that was weird. The, the truck went in the garage, but we only have one garage, so our other vehicle, which is a 2018 RT Durango, was outside in what looked like quarter-size hail. Fortunately, we have a little area that we can park it in where it's very unlikely that it can get hit, and it didn't. I went out there and wiped it off and checked it, and there wasn't any hail damage. But gosh, right away in freaking May, hailstorm. That was so random. So yeah, great. We'll have to be dealing with that all summer. Tornado watch. There's always this time of year. There's always every time I open my phone, it's like tornado watch in your area, and I'm like, I know it's that season. It's tornado watch season. Tornado warning will get me to look closer into it. I'm like, well, where is it? Usually it's in a field. Usually it's eating someone's tool shed, or it's out in a field somewhere, which is no big deal. But yeah. Just it's the time of the year where we just expect to hear the sirens periodically. And Hayes is in a valley. I don't think Hayes has actually been hit by a tornado in like 45 years. But they do drop around us all the time, for sure. Let's see. No. No. It's getting biblical. Kansas has had tornadoes forever. It's just the part of the world that we live in. Born in Kansas, moved to Seattle. Imagine it. The difference in weather is from violent weather to just a lot of rain, right? Do people actually carry the Chavez, or they just pocket? Yeah, people carry the Chavez for sure. I mean, I got lots of knives out here that are double the price of the Chavez that I carry. I carry the Chavez. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're used to buying knives of a certain tier and then all of a sudden you move up tiers in price, then those knives that used to be considered grails are just knives that you don't mind carrying, right? So there was definitely a time where I was like, I would buy a $250 knife, but I'd never carry it because it's so, and now it's like, yeah, that's generally like, I don't have a problem with it at all, but it just depends on where you are in your knife and how you feel about that stuff. Nobody's right or wrong. But yeah, I would say, I mean, it's got to be at least half the people who own that knife probably carry it. It's a brick, but it's a functional brick, right? Earthquakes would scare the bejesus out of me. I've never really experienced an earthquake, so I wouldn't know what to do. Let's see. Yeah, knife tornado does not sound like fun. I mean, everything is locked up, and it's also in the dungeon of my basement. So I wouldn't. Well, we would be down here, but we would be in a different room, right? If something like that were to hit. So, and it's not like, I mean, like if you're in a basement, it's not likely unless you're getting hit by an F5 tornado. You're probably safe in your basement. I mean, if your town's getting hit by an F5 tornado, there's not really much you can do. I mean, but if anything else, you're probably okay in a basement. But that's pretty rare. We don't see those types of tornadoes very often. If ever. I don't think I've ever seen one that big or that powerful. Usually, like if we're going by the traditional, now it's like EF, right? EF 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 5, I think it's maxed out. It's like when we see them, they're like F1 to F3, right? They're dangerous, but they're not F5s, right? Everybody thinks of the movie Twister, that one that's like a mile wide and it's just destroying everything. I mean, yeah, that's what they do, but you don't see those. That's like a summon from Final Fantasy. It's like summoning Bahamut. It's like, oh God, everything just got really serious. It's just not a common thing. Let's see here. Knife Knife Tornado was always my favorite Megadeth album. Let's see here. Grew up in Midwest, remember the tornado days. Now I just see hurricanes. Yeah, that's way more A hurricane is way scarier because it's not like you can, like, what can you do? It's like, hey, your entire state and the neighboring states are going to be affected all at the same time. With us, it's like, you know, a 10-mile area has a chance to be completely leveled, but everywhere else should be fine, right? I mean, that's how it is. It's just much more concentrated. We got cows. I've seen Twister like 1,000 times. Thank you. I am happy. I'm a happy person, right? Things go wrong. You can't explain it. You can't predict it. Thanks, Bill. His name is actually Bill in that movie. God, I've seen that movie so many times. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's gone now? Oh, that's a bummer. Sorry. I actually didn't know that. Bill Paxton passed away? When? Like recently? Whoa, geez, I actually feel I feel bad about that. Yee, he did? Okay, well, my bad. I mean, I wouldn't want that movie without him, but whoops. Let's see. When you sell a knife, what would you sell it for? Example, a Benchmade Freak, lightly used. I mean, that's the thing. You got to look at like what's the demand for it, right? I mean, if it's been lightly used, obviously you got to take some money off of it. So, a lightly used knife that is readily available, right? You're probably going to need to reduce the price by 30%. And possibly more. In some situations, you have to reduce the price by 50%. I think that's a pretty safe zone, 25 to 50%, depending on how much you've used it. But if it's a readily available knife that anybody can go and buy, there's no value from it being in high demand because there's obviously not enough demand to sell it out. So you're going to be reducing the price anywhere from 25 to 50%, depending on the condition that it's currently in. I think that's probably a safe. I feel like most people would agree with me there. Let's see here. The car salesman, yeah. I love him in Day After Tomorrow. I can't remember that movie. He was a stud in Predator 2. And whenever I think of him, I just think of Twister. I just can't remember anything else. Secondary market on giant mouse knives is crazy to me. I guess I haven't experienced the secondary on giant mouse knives. What kind of music am I into? Seems like you like a lot from what I've seen in your Instagram stories. Yeah, you guys, if you watch my Instagram stories, you're probably really confused. You're like, wait, does he like classical music? Oh, no, he likes metal. Well, no, he likes rap. Well, or does he like EDM? I like all of it. The truth is that I don't have a specific genre. I like intense music. So like I like big cinematic, like theatrical, powerful. I like that. I like some classical music as long as it crescendos, right? I like those big impact sounds. I love metal. Obviously, metal is intense. I just I like like songs that have some type of progression in them. I like rap if it's like if it's NF. Anybody who's listened to NF, this really intense, right? And I like Tech Nine. It's really intense. I like that kind of. Some EDM I like. Some EDM sounds like absolute garbage to me. It just sounds like the whole song is just. It's like what? Where's the beat? It's just terrible noise. It's like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It just sounds awful, right? It sounds like what happens when the disk drive on an old computer fails, like the motor in it fails, and something slides off of one of and it just goes and it won't stop, and then it goes. That's what it sounds like. It's someone just recorded that noise. It's terrible. But some EDM is really awesome. So yeah, that's the kind of music I'm into. I don't really like country, and it's not because I have anything against the genre. It's just not intense. It just sounds like a slower, crappier version of another better genre. That's what it sounds like to me. It just doesn't sound good. I also don't really like a lot of pop music. Not because I think I'm too cool for it, but because, again, it just doesn't seem to really go anywhere. So, yeah. I just like intense music. If I can get really excited listening to it, like, the ultimate test for a new song is to play it in your vehicle when you're by yourself. Blast it in your vehicle with the windows up. And if you get really into it while you're driving, then yeah, it's probably, I mean, like, then you're into it, right? Um, yeah, Red Kingdom. I got so into that when the Chiefs, won the Super Bowl. Everybody was just like, oh, oh. That was like you had to play it every day leading up to the Super Bowl. Let's see. If you like EDM at all and have not checked out Above and Beyond Group Therapy on Spotify, you're missing out. ABGT is a wide mix of EDM, dubstep, progressive house, breakbeat, etc. Okay, cool. I'll check them out. I also don't super get into genre. Like people who really like metal, they're like, "What kind of metal?" I want to know what genres. And I go, "Nope, stop. Nope, don't care. I listen to a ton of different genres of metal, and I'm definitely not a purist." And it's the same thing with all other music. I'm not a purist with anything. If I listen to something and it gets me going, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep that on my playlist. And if I listen to something else, right, even if it's from the exact genre that I've found to, sync up with in the past, if I listen to it and I don't like it, I'm like, I don't like this, So I feel like most people are like that. Even if you are a hybridized purist, right, then you're not really a purist, I guess. But like most people are like, it either sounds good or it doesn't, Spyderco or Wii? I mean, I always lean. Spyderco has better designs. Like Wii's best designs are collaborations. They're designs by other people, but like Wii in general versus Spyderco has better designs. I mean, if you want to throw value in there, we could argue all day, but Spyderco has better designs than Wii for the most part. I like Five Finger Death Punch. I do. Sometimes there are a couple of songs I'm like, nah, but a lot of that stuff. That's great gym music for sure. Don't sit here and act like you listen to. I like. Has anybody ever heard of Apache? I like Apache a lot. He does there's a song on YouTube that I've been listening to over and over and over again called Dias Ere. I'm not really sure. Apashe, and then it's like Dies. The name of the song is Dies, and then Irea. It's so weird, but it's awesome. And he took, I think it's Lacrimosa. I think it's old Mozart, Lacrimosa in the background, or it's one of the movements, and adds this insane EDM beat to it. And then there's a rapper in there too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is rap and EDM and classical mixed together. And it's really intense. And I just love it. I play it over and over and over again in the truck. I love it. So good. Let's see. Steel Flame on the Dark Horse. Yeah, that is a Steel Flame shield on the Dark Horse. That was, I had somebody reach out to me on Instagram and say, I just bought this for, get ready guys, for those of you who are not familiar with Steel Flame pieces that are made for not just Hinder knives, but for lots of stuff. This is going to startle you. I hope you're prepared. This little decoration generally sells for $250 on the secondary market. The guy who sold it to me for $80. He was like, I bought it. It's neat. I'm not going to keep it. If you want, I'm happy to move it on to you at an amazing discount. And I was like, well, what kind of discount are we talking? And he was like, how about $80? And I was like, sold. Because they're stupid rare. They're ridiculously rare. And that one was made specifically for an XM24. So I was like, yeah, definitely. I've always hunted. I mean, I've owned 2 separate Steel Flame clips that are worth well over $300. And for whatever reason, I let them go. I mean, it's one of those things where they're obviously overpriced items on the secondary market, but they hold their value, and there's so few of them that are made for Hinderer knives, and I'm a Hinderer nut, so I'm kind of like, yeah, if I get an opportunity with that stuff, I'm gonna do it. Would I pay $250 for it? No, but plenty of people do. Would I pay 80 for it? Yeah, and I did for sure. What's the Apache? It's APASHE is the name of the group. And then the song is DIESIREA, I think. It has like the background is like white and has like wings. And the one I've been listening to is from the Trap. I think it's the Trap Party channel or something like that. But yeah, I love it. And it just like it. I listen to it at the gym all the time. I listen to it in my truck all the time. It's awesome. You got an awesome eagle lanyard bead from Boney Buddy. That's cool. Very cool. To the metal fans that are here, if you haven't heard of Ginger, go and check them out after the live. I can guarantee you'll like them. All right, there you go. In fact, I've been told repeatedly, I think, by Tristan Murphy to check them out. My brain is so scattered. Did you get the ad thing for you? No, I mean, like, I have a little more clarification, but it's going to be 30 days before I have anything absolute. So I got a month to wait anyway. So I'm just kind of like, whatever. At this point, it's just like the channel can still easily progress. I have enough support from the community right now that I can easily continue to do what I love. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that, right? Nothing's going to change. I'm just going to keep being me and you guys keep being you and it'll all just work out. Apache, APASHE, not Apache, like the knife case or the helicopter. Apache, APASHE. He has a lot of weird collaborations and hybrid music. It's like really everything that he does is super different and weird. And some stuff I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And other stuff I'm like, nah, that's not for me. But the Desiree or Desiree, however you want to say that song is awesome. I love it. What are my thoughts on the new 8020? I think it's the most ridiculously amazing new EDC knife of 2021. In fact, I think it's one of the greatest EDC folding knife designs ever. I mean, but that's if you watched my series about the quest for the perfect EDC knife, the conclusion that I came to was the greatest thing that exists right now is probably the Sage 5 Lightweight. But ideally, it would have an ambidextrous locking system and would have, this means of deployment, and it would be about this size with this blade length. And lo and behold, this thing becomes available, and it's basically what I was talking about. I mean, I couldn't ask. I can't ask for more. It's just incredible. I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining Patreon. The reason the card is out here tonight is because, people generally donate during live streams. I appreciate that. Nobody's ever required to do that, but I appreciate it, and it supports the channel. And since that can't take place anymore, the one place where you can continue to support me, there's a whole community over there now, is Patreon. So the very first link in the description is my Patreon. So if you want to do that, you can. I've got a $1 tier and I've got a $50 tier. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's a lot of different tiers in between, but we do some really fun stuff over there and I'm very active. So that's out there tonight and we'll probably continue to be out there for live streams just so that people who want to support can do that. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can just watch. You can just be here because that's a form of support as well. Let's see here. What's in the black leather sheath? It's the new there's a regular version of the Civivi Elementum fixed blade, and then in the leather sheath it's the spicy version. It's the nice upgraded version of the Civivi Elementum, and this is very, very nice. Again, I like the standard version. I think this is going to come in obviously way less expensive, but this is nice for sure. The leather sheath seems pretty good as well. I don't really have any complaints with that. Feels nice. Got a little belt loop. I probably would get rid of the lanyard, but that's just because I'm like anti-lanyard. It's okay to like lanyards. I just don't like them. and I don't use them. One sec here. Oh crap! It's almost 10. Okay, I'll take 5 extra minutes. This is generally when I let people ask me literally anything. Like normally, sometimes if there's random questions in the middle of the live stream, I tend to like try to stay on track with knives because I'm a little bit crazy. But yeah, now you can literally ask me whatever you want for the next 5 minutes, and I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. Will the sheath swap out? No, I think they're slightly different dimensions. I think you probably put the G10 version in this guy, but this guy's a little bit, it's got a different handle shape and it's a little bit different up here. I don't know. I could try it, but those were going to be giveaway knives, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. Let's see here. Taylor from Best Damn EDC. Is that what you're saying? Taylor won't like the anti-lanyard stands. I'll text him after this and say, somebody said that you were going to get all bent out of shape if I told you I hated lanyards. If it's Taylor from Best Damn EDC, he's an awesome guy. He and I spent like 2 hours talking one day, and I was like, man, I love this guy. He's so cool. He's such an awesome guy. Everybody knows who Best Damn EDC is. What's a weird smell that you really like? Mowed grass and gasoline. Actually, really just like to, forever, you should see my old mower. I just bought a new Honda mower just last year, but the mower that I was using before that was a 12-year-old Toro, and it's just smelled like old metal, like friction from the blades like banging into the inside of the mower from it not being properly held together anymore. That like heated metal and gasoline and mowed grass. And I was just like, this is probably not good to breathe in, but gosh, it smells so good. Will the new 8020 have jade scales too? I don't know. I mean, I think they plan on doing a lot of different colors. I don't know if it's jade for sure. Oh, we never opened this. Yeah, I forgot. So, do you guys remember when the recent Benchmade unboxing I did where I said like I almost lost these because the UPS guy delivered them to the wrong house, and it was this old man, and I went to his house to see if he had received the package, and he welcomed me in and was like, yes, I think I do have your package here. I opened this up and it was full of knives, and I was so confused. I didn't understand. So he was so nice, didn't ask me any questions. I kept trying to show him my ID. I was like, I'm your neighbor. I just live like right down the street. And he's like, no, I'm sure. He's like, it's fine. So I was like, I should buy him some. And one of my viewers actually, he was like, hey, I want you to give this to him. And he sent me a brand new Buck 110 because the guy told me, I think I said that upload that he said he loved knives, but he was into more traditional stuff. And so somebody sent me this brand new Buck 110 and said, give it to him. So before I did that, he's not there right now. Apparently he's visiting family or something. One of their neighbors, like his direct neighbors told me, but as soon as he's back, I'm going to give this to him. And that was just really cool. Somebody from the community who just doesn't know this guy at all just was like, yeah, I'll buy him a gift. So that was really cool. I forgot I was going to talk about that tonight. Oh, I got to flip this up, put it the other way so it goes all the way in there. There we go. Let's see. Very cool. Yeah. Well, I should, but here's the thing. I thought about filming it and uploading it to the channel, but I also don't want to shove a camera in his face. So truthfully, you'll probably just have to take my word for it. But it probably won't be that hard considering you guys have probably, if you go back and watch my old Buck 110 review, you'll be like, yeah, I bet he'll give that to that guy. It's fine. The Buck 110 is still a recommendable knife. It's just not, it's not for me. There's no reason for me to keep it. Did you forget to caulk his wagon before fording the river to catch dysentery? Oh God, that game gives me PTSD. It gave me PTSD. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is a great live stream. Very positive, very happy. Just wonderful live stream all the way around. Guys, I think it's time for me to sign off. But I do appreciate everybody in here sticking around and having a good time. The channel will progress as normal. Nothing's going to change. I still have huge plans, and there's a lot that I've got planned that has yet to be revealed. I always have projects in the works. I always have fun stuff that's coming up. So be watching out for stuff here in the next couple of weeks and in the next couple of months, because lots of fun stuff for sure coming to the channel. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Saturday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.